Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium, home to the North Carolina State Wolfpack, and the fans here on this leg of Tobacco Road have been getting ready since early this morning. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So NC State's offense takes the field for the first time today. And here comes the quarterback, and one thing you know for sure, with this team, as he goes, so goes the offense.
And he's a big-time talent, Reese. This guy can hurt you in a multitude of ways, throwing and running the football. He's going to have to be dialed in, though, because this defense is going to give him a lot of different looks. It's really important mentally this QB is on his game.
Didn't find much running room on first down, 2nd and 8 from their own 27. Leaves it with the running back. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5.
I know that's not a huge gain, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth-quarter game.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
You know, as a receiver, it's so critical and important to know where the sticks are. He was able to modify his route, so he knew as soon as he caught it, he was just going to have enough to keep this drive alive.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. The give to the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
They'll try the run. At the 35, he's open. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Just when they're looking run, now up top. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll come to the line for the 8th snap on this opening drive, facing a 3rd and short. Quick strike complete. Bulldozes his way through. Touchdown, North Carolina State! A great catch and run for 6.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine running this game on the
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Texas A&M's offense has its first opportunity of the day. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
I just does such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position plays, so him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside will be a great matchup.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you can tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really...
And the pass is intercepted. Trying to take it back. His feet and get the ball to the 21-yard line.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways and try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw. He had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just... You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage. Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, WOLFPACK. A quick strike, just as we expected.
And quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, it puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Use the play fake, now to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side.
You know, as an offense, you just don't get that many great opportunities in games to hit these type of big-time plays. When plays like that present themselves and receivers are open, as a quarterback, you have got to make that play.
They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. They'll run it from the gun. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Looking to throw, it's Chavez. Quickly out to the tight end. And he picks up the 1st down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. And the Aggies have it with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And a great job by the linebacker. You can tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
He's looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. It just never developed. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. They've got the screen set up. The ball squirts free. How in the world did the offense retain possession? They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point,
he holds it in, and nobody's close. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. The offense has it now at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll run it. Got room at the 35. He's loose. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun to give, looking for room. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Trying play action. Fires to the right. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The give to the tailback.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
The play action fake. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Setting up the screen. At the 35, he's loose. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. To the air on 1st down. With the catch, it's McCray. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, it's still short of the 1st down. Looking at a 2nd and short now. They try to pop a run on the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
A lot of times those draw plays are successful when those defensive linemen run up the field, rush the quarterback, create some holes. Not this time. The defensive line did a really good job understanding that, seeing the draw play, getting the running back, getting his butt on it.
And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Wolfpack will have 1st and 10. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. NC State will line up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's now up to 95 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Got his man out of the backfield. Touchdown, NC State! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Really nice job by the quarterback getting through his progression. He wanted to throw that football down the field, but nobody was open. He never forgot about his running back, running the swing route, spitting it out to the perimeter, and letting him do the rest for a touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Right? The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback on the keeper. Shakes off the defender. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Trying to surprise him with the pass. It's complete to the right. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14. Back to pass, it's Chavez. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Grabbed over the middle. It's Everett. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football in.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
2nd and 10 here. He's looking to throw. The sweet feet buy a little time. He's going to take off. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Grab near the marker. It's McCray. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Well, that play was designed for that down and distance, right? You saw how he barely got enough to pick up the first. Really nice job by the play caller there, understanding the situation of what play to dial up.
They'll throw it on 1st down. He's going up top. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little.
Catch inside the 30 and still running. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. He's looking to throw it. Fires it. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
You don't see that very often. You don't see the big tight ends with the soft mitts and the big, huge hands and the nice, sticky gloves. You don't see them drop many of those balls that hit right there in the hands. That was a missed opportunity by the tight end right there.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
It's caught. Touchdown, North Carolina State. Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. They'll run the screen. Powers through the defender. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on 1st down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. To throw, it's Chavez. They're setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. He's got his man. They'll immediately call timeout. A&M comes back out with another 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Oh, picked off. Bringing it back. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He's going to pass. Unloads it downfield. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Offensive players know where the ball is going. Defensive players don't. Great job by the DB adjusting to the football, seeing it, playing the wide receiver, and making sure he can't catch the football.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. He'll take another shot here. And he'll put it in inside the 20. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. how we'll end the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. NC State will kick off to start things here in the second half. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
From the shotgun, the inside give. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. On the option, fighting off the defender. Past the 40. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Aggies. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Dude, if I'm a DC, I'm throwing my toy. I'm throwing my hands up in the air. What do you want me to do? I mean, this is unbelievable. Having a guy this dynamic at the quarterback spot that can take it 50-plus and make it look that easy. You stop.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. A first down for the offense. They'll give it to the back. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the ground with the back. Fights off the defender. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. They're bringing heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Dances away to buy time. Got it past the marker. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wide out in motion. Off the RPO, complete. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Takes the handoff, and he's going right. That's a live ball. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. First down for this offense. Still running at the 40. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Takes it the other way. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Wolfpack. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
These guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split them out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now first down from the 39. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Tackled after picking up the first down.
He just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They need the 40 to convert here on 3rd down. Wants to throw. It's Chavez. Grabs it in the middle. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. The Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. They go to the ground. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. Texas A&M trying to gig him in the red zone. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Pushing ahead, a tough run, picks up 4, it's down at the 15. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. The corners are walked up tight. Using his legs and tail. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
It's 1st and goal as Texas A&M comes to the line. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field of game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
Trying to punch it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggie. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. After trying the running game on first down, they come to the line on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Buying some time. Going to try to get it himself. At the 45 on its way. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires downfield. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. They're not getting him on the ground, still on his feet. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Looking for a productive play on first down. Looking for a crease. It's Everett. Here it is trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. They'll line up for a second down play. DB's right up on the receivers. They'll run it from the gun. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Looking to throw, it's Chavez. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Field gets a little tighter here in the red zone. The give from the gun. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the gun, running back gets the give. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the fourth quarter, you're down by a bunch of points and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Aggie! 2-point conversion attempt is coming.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
A pretty short drive there, covering 38 yards. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Fielded in the end zone. It's Walters. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Here on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Might be looking to run. Working that left side now. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He'll try to do it himself. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play. Now on 2nd down. Goes to the option. The pitch. Still on his feet at the 45. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races. NC State on the move, set up with another first down. They want that clock to run. Worked it down to the 22-yard line, give him 5 on the carry.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going. You're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. You just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Touch pass on the right. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
I just love the play call. You're getting a fast player out in the open field, and it's enough to get you a first down.
NC State with a 1st and 10 here. Now from inside the red zone. Catch in the middle. It's Hall. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Leaves it with the back. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving. And
touchdown, Wolfpack! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. He'll start this drive firing. He's got it. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Back to throw, it's Chavez. Looking deep, and he's got it inside the 20. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things.
And that one is picked up in the end zone. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes if you do choose to rub a little salt in and keep chucking and keep scoring. I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop him.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Here comes the offense on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. A 3rd and long coming up here. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. He'll pull it down.
And what a nice run by the QB. Great job exploding, getting upfield, and then smartly getting out of bounds. And, man, how hard is it to stop an offense with a guy at the quarterback spot that's so dynamic?
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Wide receiver shows motion. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Man, that one is going to make this quarterback sick to his stomach. That's almost always automatic for him.
Yeah, that's pitch and catch. That's day one. When you go out and watch practice, the ball very rarely hits the ground unless you have a defender because these QBs and wide receivers are so good. But, man, just a mishap, a little overthrow.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice his safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down because the RPO game's been a problem.
Swings it out to the flat. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
This is exactly why third down is practiced every single day. Third and short, third and medium, third and long. It's money down for a reason. You got to lock in. Great success by the offense so far on third down.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
I don't need it to be pretty. I just need my inches. Third down and inches. Nice job by getting the first down. Always fall forward, play physical. Don't get east and west. Stay north and south. Nice job by the running back.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, NC State! And the beatdown has ensued. And now they'll try to get the two-point conversion, guys. Intercepted. The 50. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. He took that baby all the way to the house. A pick two, as it were. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. His drive will open from the 15. On the move, it's Everett. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have to come out. You've got to bring your A game to the part each and every week, and that's what we've seen from this team now recently. They've got tremendous players, they've got an outstanding coaching staff. When they put it all together and they play with great effort, this team's tough to beat.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.